We are officially at the point where everything on this car has to come together and actually work. And hopefully this will be the last video where this car isn't running. About 3 months ago, I took on the project of trying to make as much power as I safely can on the stock bottom end of the Supra. And when we first started, we ran into a big issue. As I started to unplug parts of the wiring harness, almost every piece of it crumbled apart in my hands. From brittle wiring to fragile clip, it was just bad news. But today we have the final piece of the puzzle to get this thing put back together. That's right. It's time to install the wiring harness. Everything in this car is basically done. It just needs to be plugged in. I think everyone can agree that the more customized or modified that a car gets, the more important wiring becomes. And as I learned on the Evo, one thing wrong in a wiring harness can cause months of headaches and lots of unnecessary money spent, which is just a way to say that the wiring harness is insanely important, I think, for any build, and especially when you want to run a standalone ECU. And just like in the Evo, we've gone back to Haltech. Very good experience with the Evo. The Evo has a Haltech Nexus S2, which has 4 outputs, 4 injectors and coils. On the Supra, we had to go with the S3 because it has 8 outputs, 4 injectors and coils. We're only using 6 of them, obviously. That is why we had to go with an S3 over an S2. And if you've watched the channel, you're pretty familiar with the Haltech setup that's on the Evo, but let's dive a little bit into the wiring harness that I had made for this car. This wiring is by Ohm Racing. This is now the 3rd wiring harness that I've had Ohm Racing build for me. I had one done when I was on the stock ECU in the Evo. I had one done for the Haltech ECU in the Evo because I had changed so many things that I just wanted to kind of start from scratch. And then now I have had one built for the Supra. And this isn't just like a universal off-the-shelf harness that somebody has modified. Whenever you order from Ohm Racing, it's completely custom and it's built specifically for your setup. They make it super easy. Not only can you just hop on their website and customize it exactly how you want it, but if you have any questions, if you have any further customizations that you want to do to it, you can always contact those guys, and they're super easy to work with and they're quick to respond. They take phone calls. They've answered my direct messages on Instagram. I can basically always get a hold of the guys and they answer very quickly. Another thing that I really like is that there is sort of a price point for everyone when it comes to this harness. They have a bunch of different levels that you can do. This is in no way one of their top level harnesses. This is kind of built for me and how much I wanted to spend on the harness. But if you want to do a complete motorsports grade wiring harness, they also do that level. This one is very much just a street harness built exactly how I need it. We can kind of go over some of the options that I decided to go with versus some of the next level options that they have. So you can have the harness built in a couple of different ways. You can do straight wires, twisted wires, or concentric twist, which is obviously the best way. This harness is just the middle of the road one, which is twisted wires, makes it a little bit more flexible and easier to install versus straight wires. And then concentric would be even more flexible and easier to install. I also went with the lower end loom for the harness. So they have, like, obviously the complete waterproof heat shrinked version of loom that you can go with. This is just kind of like the braided loom, very much built for a street car, not a race car. And this time, one of the things that I did that I didn't do on the Evo, but I kind of wish I did, is the quick disconnect on the firewall. So this option is very nice. It's a little pricey, but to be able to disconnect at the firewall, and if I ever have to pull the harness back out of this car again, to be able to do it without having to disconnect from the ECU and pull everything out from the firewall is very nice. They provide service loops on the end of all the connectors, which just gives you a little bit more flexibility whenever you need to plug anything in, but also the ability to service this, if you ever need to replace this connector or anything, you have a little bit of extra wire that's sticking out of there, so you can do it without having to take the entire harness apart. And also you have the ability to label each of the wires. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but this is for the boost control solenoid, so it says BCS right there, so that you know exactly where to plug everything in when it comes time to do that, which we'll be doing very shortly. All of this to say that I've had a couple of people reach out on the Evo and the Supra about the wiring harnesses that I've used in the past, and I just want to give credit where credit is due, and Ohm Racing builds an awesome product. In the future, I have other cars that I need harnesses for. They're definitely the first place that I'm gonna check with. But now that we've talked about the harness, let's get this thing put in. We're gonna start with the easy part. We're gonna get the harness fed through the firewall and then get the connector bolted to the firewall. That way it looks nice and pretty. Okay, keep pulling. And a little bit more. Okay, perfect. That is so much easier than trying to feed an entire harness through there. Now the fun part, plugging everything in. Okay, now that the wiring harness is in, let's go ahead and plug this in. Okay, so one of the things I did forget to buy, because I thought I could make something work, is an ECU mounting solution. So for the time being, the ECU is going to be sitting on the floorboard. Feels like, for all the fine details I thought about on the car, this one kind of hurts. I will mount this thing properly eventually. Me thinking I could come up with a mounting solution by myself, not realizing that there's nothing really under here to mount to. I'm gonna have to buy something, but dyno day is quickly approaching, and we gotta get this car running and checked so that we can make some power. Mounting the ECU is easy, so we'll deal with it later. Bit of a miss on my part, not having a mounting solution. It's not the prettiest, but it will work for the time being. So now we have to load a base map onto this thing and get it started. We have time really closing in on us, getting ready for the dyno day. We have a ton of things to check on this car before that time, and a lot of things to change in a base map just to get this thing started. Come back next week when this thing is gonna fire up for the first time.